India and Pakistan, two nuclear-capable neighbors with a long history of political rivalry and armed conflicts, took a significant step towards building mutual trust and preventing accidental escalations with the signing of the Agreement on the Prohibition of Attack against nuclear installations and facilities. This bilateral treaty remains one of the most important confidence-building measures, CBMs, in South Asia. The idea for such an agreement emerged during the tense security environment of the mid-1980s. In 1986-87, the Indian Army carried out a massive military exercise named Operation Brass Tacks, which was perceived by Pakistan as a possible preparation for an attack on its nuclear facilities. Fears of escalation into a nuclear confrontation prompted both nations to engage in talks to ensure that their nuclear installations remained protected from hostilities. These discussions eventually culminated in a formal treaty. On December 31, 1988, the agreement was signed by Benazir Bhutto, Prime Minister of Pakistan, Rajiv Gandhi, Prime Minister of India. The treaty officially came into force on January 27, 1991, after ratification by both governments. 1. Mutual commitment. Both India and Pakistan committed not to undertake, encourage, or participate in any action aimed at causing the destruction of, or damage to, each other's nuclear installations and facilities. 2. Annual exchange of information. Each country must inform the other about the location of nuclear installations and facilities under the agreement. This exchange of information takes place every year on January 1st. The first such exchange occurred on January 1, 1992, and it has continued uninterrupted every year, even during times of warlike situations, such as the Kargil War, 1999, and the 2001-2002 standoff. 3. Definition of nuclear installations. The agreement provides a broad definition of nuclear facilities, including nuclear power reactors, research reactors, fuel fabrication plants, uranium enrichment facilities, isotope separation plants, reprocessing facilities, any installation containing fresh or irradiated nuclear fuel and materials, establishments storing significant quantities of radioactive materials. 4. Language and format. The treaty was signed in 2 copies each in Hindi and Urdu, ensuring clarity for both parties. Confidence-building measure, CBM, reduces the risk of misunderstanding or miscalculation about nuclear intentions, builds a layer of transparency between the two nations, stability in crisis situations. Despite wars, terrorist attacks, and political tensions, both sides have adhered to the exchange of lists. It has become a rare example of consistent cooperation amidst hostile relations. Nuclear safety and risk reduction prevents the possibility of nuclear disasters resulting from deliberate or accidental strikes on sensitive facilities. Demonstrates recognition of the catastrophic humanitarian and environmental consequences of nuclear accidents. International recognition. The agreement has been acknowledged globally as a positive step in regional nuclear diplomacy. It shows that even adversarial states can work together on matters of existential security. Scope is narrow. It deals only with the prohibition of attacks on nuclear facilities, but does not cover other nuclear-related activities such as testing, deployment, or weaponization. Verification mechanism. There is no independent verification process. The system relies solely on mutual trust and annual information exchange. Broader tensions remain. The agreement has not significantly reduced overall hostility or the nuclear arms race between India and Pakistan. The Agreement on the Prohibition of Attack against Nuclear Installations and Facilities 1988, stands out as one of the most enduring confidence-building measures between India and Pakistan. Even though the broader relationship between the two nations has often been marred by conflict and mistrust, the annual exchange of nuclear facility lists continues without disruption. This agreement highlights the shared understanding between both nations that nuclear safety transcends political disputes, and that cooperation in this domain is essential to prevent catastrophic outcomes. While limited in scope, it serves as a foundation upon which further nuclear risk reduction and security measures could be built in South Asia.